In Ayn Rand's Anthem, Liberty 5 to 3000 occupies a crucial place as both a character and a symbol. She stands as the feminine counterpart to Equality 7 to 2521, the protagonist, and together they represent the rediscovery of individuality, emotion, and personal freedom in a totalitarian, collectivist world. Through Liberty's evolution, from a nameless laborer to a self-possessed woman who claims her right to love and to live for herself, Rand dramatizes the reclamation of human dignity from the crushing forces of conformity. Liberty 5-3000's journey, though more subtle than Equality's, is vital to the novel's emotional and philosophical structure. Role in the narrative. Liberty 5 to 3000 first appears in Chapter 2 of Anthem, working in the fields of the home of the peasants. Her introduction is filtered entirely through the eyes of Equality 7 to 2521, whose first glimpse of her marks the beginning of his moral and emotional awakening. In a society where men and women are strictly segregated and emotional attachment is forbidden, Equality's attraction to her signifies his first rebellion against the collectivist state. He names her the Golden One, a private act of naming that in itself constitutes a defiance of societal laws that forbid individuality and personal preference. Narratively, Liberty functions as both a catalyst and a companion to Equality's intellectual liberation. Her existence provokes his recognition of the personal and emotional dimensions of freedom. Equality's experiments in science and his discovery of the word I represent the intellectual rebellion against collectivism. At the same time, his relationship with Liberty expresses the emotional rebellion, the assertion of the right to feel, to love and to value another human being as an individual rather than as a member of a collective whole. As the story progresses, Liberty 5 to 3000 herself begins to mirror Equality's development. When she defies the rules of her society by approaching him and later following him into the uncharted forest, she moves from passivity to self-assertion. Her actions demonstrate that individuality is not limited to intellectual discovery. It can emerge instinctively through the assertion of one's will and desires. Her role is thus not only to complement equality, but also to reveal that the yearning for freedom is a universal human instinct, one that transcends rational discovery and exists as an innate moral impulse. Symbolic significance. Liberty 5 to 3000 is not merely a romantic interest. She is a profound symbol of human freedom and purity. Her physical description, with its golden hair, proud bearing, and clear eyes, serves as an external manifestation of her inner integrity. In a world stripped of beauty and emotion, she embodies both moral beauty and natural vitality. She is uncorrupted by the doctrines of the collective, and instinctively rejects submission to its rules. Her defiance is intuitive rather than intellectual, suggesting that freedom is an essential aspect of human nature, not merely an abstract philosophical ideal. Moreover, her femininity carries symbolic weight. Rand's portrayal of Liberty challenges the collectivist society's erasure of gender identity and personal relationships. The regime's palace of mating, where men and women are paired mechanically once a year without emotional connection, epitomizes the dehumanization of love and sexuality under collectivism. In contrast, Liberty's love for equality is volitional, exclusive, and spiritual, hallmarks of Rand's ideal conception of romantic love. Her devotion is not born of obligation or duty but of choice. In her love, Rand finds a living metaphor for the broader theme of Anthem, that authentic human connection can only exist between free individuals. Symbolically, Liberty 5 to 3000 also represents the future, marking the beginning of a new civilization founded on reason, individuality, and freedom. Her pregnancy at the novel's conclusion signals the birth of a new generation that will inherit a world of self-determined individuals, not enslaved collectivists. Her role as Gaea, the Earth Mother, completes the mythic framework of Anthem. She is the womb of a reborn humanity. Broader implications. Rand's philosophy of objectivism, though developed more fully in her later works, is foreshadowed in Anthem. Liberty 5 to 3000 embodies objectivist ethics, valuing herself and her own happiness, and loving equality not as a self-sacrifice, but as a reflection of shared values. In loving him, she affirms her own worth and his, thereby creating a relationship of mutual respect rather than one of submission or dependence. Her evolution also underscores Rand's view that individualism must encompass both thought and emotion. While equality's rebellion is driven by intellectual curiosity and the discovery of reason, Liberty's rebellion arises from her moral and emotional integrity. The union of the two characters symbolizes the integration of mind and body, reason and passion, an ideal harmony that Rand champions throughout her philosophy. On a societal level, Liberty's defiance exposes the totalitarian nature of collectivism, which seeks to destroy love, desire, and personal loyalty because they compete with loyalty to the group. By choosing equality, Liberty reclaims the right to private happiness and individuality. In Rand's framework, this act is revolutionary because it reaffirms that the self is sacred, and that no social order can justly demand its obliteration. Furthermore, Rand's portrayal of liberty challenges traditional literary depictions of women in dystopian or utopian fiction. Unlike passive figures or symbolic muses, Liberty 5 to 3000 is an active moral agent. Her choices, especially her decision to follow equality into exile, are deliberate acts of rebellion. Her silence, pride, and strength evoke not fragility but dignified independence, aligning her with Rand's later heroines, such as Dagny Taggart in Atlas Shrugged and Dominique Franken in The Fountainhead. Conclusion: Liberty 5-3000's significance in Anthem extends far beyond her role as a romantic figure. She is the moral and emotional counterpart to Equality 7-2521's intellectual revolution, the embodiment of the human spirit's longing to live, love, and create freely. Her transformation from a nameless field worker to Gaea, mother of a new world, mirrors the novel's central journey from collectivist darkness to individual enlightenment. In Liberty, Ayn Rand gives form to the ideal of volitional love and individual integrity, showing that freedom is not only a political condition, but also a personal, emotional, and spiritual one. Through her, Rand affirms that humanity's future rests not in the collective we, but in the sacred irreducible I, and in the courage to say it aloud.